The runway is quiet in the early morning haze. A low mist clings to the ground, and the metallic silhouettes of machines, British machines, stand waiting like dormant titans. Today is not about speed alone, or heritage, or engineering pride. Today is about eras colliding. It's about brute force meeting handcrafted perfection, about evolution and tradition fighting for supremacy 1/4 mile at a time. This is the Aston Martin Gauntlet. And guiding us through this mechanical battlefield are two rivals, Jano and Jorge, whose competitive streak makes every test more chaotic than the last. They don't just drive these cars. They challenge them. And each other. Welcome to the ultimate Aston Martin showdown. Now enters the 2012 DBS, a machine that blends athleticism with suave sophistication. Sleek lines, muscular haunches, and a presence that demands attention. Its V12, once again naturally aspirated, produces similar figures to the Vantage but comes paired with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Jorge climbs inside and immediately falls in love with the fly-off handbrake, an old-school flourish that has taught many driving instructors the value of patience. The sound check is glorious. The DBS roars, deeper and throatier than the Vantage. The runway echoes with mechanical thunder. But numbers on paper are only the beginning. The first drag race sees the DBS launch aggressively, struggling for traction. The Vantage does what the Vantage does best, shifts cleanly, stays light on its feet, and beats the DBS to the line. Not satisfied, Jorge insists on a second run. Traction settings are adjusted. Wheel spin reduced. Launch control ignored in favor of instinct. The results improve, but not enough. The Vantage wins again. The rolling race, however, paints a different picture. Without traction drama, the DBS holds its own. Its power band stretches longer, and it nearly matches the Vantage's pace. But victory still escapes it. And once again, almost humorously, the heavier car wins the brake test. The DBS stops shorter, cleaner, more composed. Still, the rules are clear, drag race winners stay on. The DBS steps aside. The Vantage marches forward. From the horizon glides the next adversary, the 2014 Vanquish. Sculpted. Elegant. A balance of aggression and refinement that makes it feel like a bridge between eras. Its 5.9-liter V12 is stronger, smoother, and paired with a newer 6-speed automatic. And while its launch control is primitive by modern standards, it's still the most advanced system we've seen so far. The Vanquish sounds magnificent, richer than the Vantage, more refined than the DBS. Jorge's confidence returns. The first drag run begins. The Vanquish has it. Launch control behaves unpredictably. The Vantage capitalizes. Run 2. Jorge ditches the system and brake boosts. Better, much better. The two cars stay side by side for almost the full distance, but the Vantage still edges ahead by a narrow nose. Run 3. The closest yet. A near-dead heat. But again, the Vantage survives. The rolling race offers the Vanquish its moment of glory. Free of launch drama, it leaps forward with authority. This time, it wins cleanly. But braking? Once more, the Vanquish, heavier but better equipped, comes out on top. Still, the Vantage continues its undefeated drag streak. But a storm is coming. The silence breaks with deep, resonant thunder. A colossus approaches. The DBX 707. A super SUV with the aggression of a supercar and the practicality of a family hauler. Its 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 spits out 707 horsepower and a mountain-lifting amount of torque. All-wheel drive means zero traction issues. Zero hesitation. Zero mercy. Jorge climbs in, grinning like a man who has just discovered unfair advantage. Jano, peering from his low-slung Vantage, looks suddenly very, very small. The drag race begins. The DBX explodes forward. No wheel spin. No drama. Just savage acceleration. The Vantage tries valiantly, tires screaming, but the SUV is long gone before Jano can even shift out of second. Run 2. Same result. Run 3? Even worse. The rolling race is brutal. The DBX storms ahead on pure torque alone. The Vantage looks like it's chasing a freight train. And the brake test? No contest. Massive brakes. Massive tires. Massive grip. Massive defeat. The V12 Vantage, battle-scarred hero of the early rounds, finally falls. The SUV stands victorious. But the gauntlet isn't over. Not even close. With the V12 retired, the runway braces for the arrival of something entirely different, sleeker, sharper, and impossibly modern. The 2025 Aston Martin Vantage. A futuristic predator wearing the Aston Martin badge with pride. Redesigned from the ground up. Wider stance, more dramatic proportions, and an interior that blends fighter jet minimalism with luxury refinement. Under its hood beats a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8. 665 horsepower, delivered through an advanced 8-speed automatic and rear-wheel drive. Crucially, it carries a launch control system that lets the driver fine-tune slip behavior. Jano adjusts the controller, eyes narrowing. The drag race begins. The DBX leaps forward first, its all-wheel drive giving it the advantage. But the Vantage grips. And climbs. And surges. The gap closes. The DBX begins to panic. And then, against all expectation, the Vantage overtakes the SUV before the line. Jorge erupts in disbelief. Jano screams with triumph. They run it again. And again. And the result never changes. The new Vantage isn't just fast. It's astonishing. The rolling race is even more dramatic. The DBX is powerful, yes, but the Vantage is built for this. It launches ahead instantly and keeps climbing, the speedometer rising like a heartbeat in panic mode. The brake test? The DBX returns to form, stopping shorter with its large brakes and weight distribution. But in the Gauntlet's one unbreakable rule, braking means nothing. The new Vantage moves on. And the DBX fades behind it. 5 rounds complete. Legends have fallen. Surprises have risen. From the nostalgic rumble of early V12s to the earth-shaking might of the DBX, and finally to the technological finesse of the 2025 Vantage, the Gauntlet has shown us not just which machines are fastest, but how Aston Martin has transformed over time. And ahead? A battle of philosophies. The modern V8 Challenger faces its ultimate test. The 2022 V12 Vantage, and beyond it, the near-mythical performance of Aston's